On a certain point on your journey, you really do experience that transformation of self that you've been working towards for a really long time. You actually become that version of self that you were writing about in your journal, right? You actually become that version of self that you've been meditating on. And then that's when you actually start to see people for who they really are. That's when you start to begin to realize that, oh, there are people who will never wake up. There are people who will never be able to become a different version of themselves because their conditioning is so ingrained within their mind. There are people on this earth that will never be able to break the paradigms of their mind. And that you start to realize that there are people close to you that you've kept close to you for years who will never be able to break the paradigms of their mind. And then you have a decision to make. You either will spend the rest of your life, the rest of your days, defending this new version of self that you created, right, to them, because they are unable to see past the perspective of the self that they have for themselves. So they can't see you in this new life. They can't really accept this new version of self that you created because they're unable to do that for themselves. Remember, people can only see the version of you that they see for themselves. People can only view you through the lens at which they view themselves. There's a law of reflection. There's a lot of people who will talk bad about other people, who will demean other people, make other people feel bad about being themselves and wanting what they want. But it's really just because that they see an aspect of themselves that they're repressing in them, in that person. They see parts of that person that they wish they could show the world, but they're too scared to do that. They're afraid. They don't have the courage to do it. But they have the courage to type with their thumbs and try and make you feel bad for owning your light and owning your bravery and owning who you are and actually owning your happiness and claiming it freely, because you're sitting here like, why wouldn't I do that? I created this happiness, right? You got to understand that when it gets to a point on your journey, and I feel like I'm talking to someone right now where you're starting to realize that there are people in your life who are trying to keep you. It's this version of self that you created for yourself is bigger than anything that you could have ever imagined personally. I feel like you've always had big dreams. You've seen something for yourself. Whoever I'm talking to, I could be speaking from a biased perspective because I'm right here with y'all. I've always had big visions for myself, but the version of self who I was always out of alignment with who I seen in my head. It was always out of alignment with the vision I held for myself, which caused me to be like, I don't know if this is actually meant for me. I feel as though it's meant for me. I feel like this life is meant for me, but I don't feel like it is because I was playing it small. Going back to the reading that I just gave, how are you dimming your light? You can't say that you want a big life, but you continue to play it small. And I'm not even talking about being a major risk taker, about being a major just go-getter, hustle, nonstop energy, burnout. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you cannot say that you want to be this big person, you want this big life, but you scared to ask for extra sauce in the McDonald's line. That's what I'm talking about. How are you dimming your light, and who are you dimming your light for? Because there's a lot of people who will get up on here and pop shit and but when it comes to real life situations like that, they hesitant to go ask the girl for extra sauce. So who are you? Who are you? And I feel like this is a collective. You found out who you were. You broken the paradigms of your mind, because all this life is paradigms. It's paradigms. And if you're not aware of the paradigms that your mind is thinking on a daily basis, you will continue to live in the same reality, especially if it's one that you don't like. But this is a collective where I understand. I feel you. You went through a little bump in life, right? You went through a little rough patch. I did too. But we're coming out of it. I just did. And it's because you completely transcended the energy that you were experiencing. You transcended the environments that you were in. Because like I said, the message is really consistent with this collective. You had to come back here and be in the environments that you were in to realize who you were. Realize who you've always been. And there are people in your life who have always known who you were. From a very young age, they've always known who you were. And it's still going back to that. People are really, I feel like I'm talking to someone right now where I just got to let you know that if someone in your life, if people in your life are trying to keep you in that version of self that they've always seen, I feel like I'm picking up on this like energy of just breaking free. Like I really want to get, because it's like, I feel y'all. I feel it. It was hard to create this new version of self. It's really hard to do that. And then it's like when you do that and you really own that, People really don't like that. People really don't like when you are someone who does what you say you're gonna do. People don't like that. And they definitely don't like when you do what you say you're gonna do and it's better than what they're doing. They definitely don't like that. But who cares what they like? Because you like it, right? You like this new version of self that you created, right? So own her, own him, own that. Who cares? You're not here to please everybody, because a friend to all is a friend to none. As people should not like you, period. That means you got boundaries and you standing on it. Especially if you're a good person and they don't got no reason to like you. They just don't like you because they don't like themselves, period, point blank. You got boundaries, you stand on something, you own your light. You do a lot of things that other people are too scared to do. Like I said, it's a real courageous and bold thing to own happiness nowadays, to own your beauty, to own your looks, to own the naturalness about you, just to own the essence of you. It's a real problem to do that nowadays because everyone is fake. Don't nobody have an identity for themselves. So when they see someone like you who's created who not only had it to begin with, but then created something new on top of the sauce you already had, it's like, yo, who is this and what does she think she is? Who are you? That girl, been that. Clock it, check it. What did I say? Pop it. It's time to do that. There are people who will try and keep you, who will, oh, but you didn't used to do that. Why are you dressing like that now? Because this is the version of self I am. Get with the program or get lost, right? I need you to really stand firm with this new version of self you created. Hold strong to her. Hold tight to her, because only you know how hard it was to get to where you at right now. You were the one who was there for all of it. It was only you. I don't care if you live with people. I don't care if you're in a relationship. I don't care if you got a best friend who you told everything to. You didn't tell her everything because you were the only one who was there for all of the things, all the thoughts that you were thinking, everything. Own that. Release it. Like, just release it. I'm getting this vision of like twin flame. I've had this vision for a minute now. It's just it's the stars and it's this bright pink and fuchsia color just going up, moving almost like a rocket going through outer space, but it's splitting, and it's splitting into two different ways. That's why I'm picking up on like paths, the ability to choose. You chose this path. You either could have went this way or you went that way, and you chose to go this way, as you should have, because you knew what was on this side for you. I feel like this is a collective. You chose to be better, because you could have went the other way. You could have went the other way because you always had it. But your path is a little bit harder and it's a little bit longer because your road is a lot more fulfilling. Don't forget that. Don't take shortcuts. Don't take shortcuts. I was watching Jadina yesterday on YouTube. She said the grass is greener over there because it's fake. No, it wasn't Jadina. It was Natija. She said the grass is greener over there because it's fake. And you damn right. The grass is way greener over there because it's fake. Go around your path. Trust your path. Don't take no shortcuts. Especially not now. You created this new version of self to what? Shortcut some stuff? No. Do it the long and hard way. It's going to be easier. It's going to be better in the long run. It'll be more fulfilling in the long run. The harder it is now to get to where you want to be, the easier your life will be in the long run. Trust yourself. Trust your path. Someone had to hear that. I don't know. I love you, though.